Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I hope you're well. Today we'll talk about what I've been playing. F-Zero 99, obviously. Some other stuff. Watching Castlevania. Jim Ryan leaving Sony. Hideki Kamiya leaving Platinum Games. Naughty Dog getting rid of a bunch of people. And a little bit more. Hello everyone, hope you're well. Hope you're all living your high life. It's fine Tuesday evening as I'm recording this. So let's just kick off. What have I been playing? Well, first of all, before I tell you what I've been playing, and to tell you, there is indeed something we need to discuss. That is, where is it? There. 149 days to go. Hope you're all excited. Hope you're all theorising, as we all have been, let me know if you're looking forward to it, if you're getting it day one, if you haven't got PS5, so you gotta wait for it to come to PC or elsewhere. Just let me know. I'm buzzing. But what have I been doing? Well, obviously, to no surprise, F-Zero 99, aka the greatest game ever made. The 99 formula works very well, I think. I think Tetris is like the granddaddy. Pac-Man 99 is great. The Mario 35 was great. F-Zero 99 is fucking phenomenal, right? As someone who should probably know or aware that I've been waiting for 19, 20 years for a new F-Zero game. Before it came, I was like, yeah, I want GX Remastered, or I want a new entry, or I want whatever. I'll take a 99, but that's what I want. But for the series itself, I do believe that F-Zero 99 does more for the F-Zero franchise. They've probably done more for the F-Zero franchise than any other game in the series has done so far. I don't think that's a stretch because of its relatively cheap to acquire nature, and it's always get a game. It's always full within 5-10 seconds. It's like bang, full, we're in. Do you know what I mean? And also, if I may scooch over to this screen, there's always F-Zero 99 content about. Always. You know what I mean? This guy, Ryu, he's a cool guy. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to him. Obviously the Nintendo channel, there's Ted Bear FC. I assume that stands for F-Zero. Simple Flips, Ryu again. Nintendo, everyone's getting in on the action. It's not just there's a new game out. People seem to gravitate towards it. Pun intended, I'll have you know. People seem to gravitate towards it. People keep playing it. Like, it's week 3-ish now. I was worried that people were going to start drop off fast, but people seem to keep going back. Excuse me, especially with the drip feed of the Grand Prix stuff, and the Queen League's just dropped, I think. And the new tracks, there's new skins as well, but it is what it is, and it's fantastic. It's so good. Moving on. Pokemon DLC. Me and the missus have been playing that. I get frustrated, as you all do. I imagine most of you do, with the quality of the Pokemon games. Not in, volume, like a volume, like what's inside is, the gist of the Pokemon games is what people sort of are attracted to, and that's fine. And that is, again, there's something fantastic about making a team of creatures to go and battle and be the best. That's the gist. That's always worked. It's like the quality especially since the jump to the Switch, which is quote unquote a home console powered machine. So it's a bit out of date, but it technically is at this point. It's 7 years old. 6 years old this year. Soon to be 7 years old. Relatively out of date when it first came out from a home console perspective. I just think Game Freak, we've talked about this before, I think they're just strapped up and I just don't think they can. They've obviously got the pizzazz to do it. No one's disputing that. No one's disputing the quality these games can get to, but it's the choppy frame rate. It's the it's the dodgy backgrounds. It's the field of view sliders. Not even sliders in it, is but there's the field of view in the game. Do you know what I mean? It's the landscape, everything. It just feels not unfinished, but sorry. There you go. Not unfinished. Doesn't feel unfinished, but it does feel a bit rush. I don't want to say rush. I don't want to be disrespectful because I know there's people there that really care and really do want, but I feel that the shackle to the time frame of they've got to match the anime's got to be out by the time the cards are out, the merchandise, everything's sort of like a ongoing thing. They have said recently that they are looking into improving the quality overall, which is good. I'm not a frame rate balance by all means, but when you're choppy and it gets on my nerves, as long as it's quite steady, I'm usually good. As long as it's at least 30, preferably 60, at least 30. As long as it's consistently 30 and not 30, 70, you know what I mean, dropping to the teens, I'm okay with. And also depends what type of game it is, obviously, you know what I mean. But yeah, we're not that far. Me and the missus playing again, one screen, I'm on the other, sort of going at it, tag team, doing the surprise trades, getting a lot of shinies from a lot of websites who are trying to get me to jump on and buy some shinies off of my vet, but I'm not going to do it, mate. But yeah, like I say, we're only a few hours in, hoping to do a bit more over the upcoming weekend. He says on a Tuesday. Bloody adulting, mate, makes you sick. Also been watching Castlevania Nocturne. Now, big fan of the original 4 series run of Castlevania with Trevor and all them. I didn't think Nocturne, even with Richter, who is arguably a better character. In the games, probably better characters than seeing the games, but in the series, I do think Trevor is the better character, but I am starting, the production value in Nocturne does seem to be better. Do you know what I mean? Whether it maintains, I'm about halfway through, about 4 episodes in out of 8. It'd have to be a disaster to not be my favourite Castlevania series. But you never know. I did like 3 a lot. And 2. 4 was okay. 4 was good. The ending was good. You get the payoff at the end. I did like that, but we'll see. A lot of good characters, Richter, Maria, and I've changed a lot of the names of others, so I'm struggling to remember them. Like Elizabeth Bathory is a lot different, I'll just say, than in the games. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so that out of the way, let me know what you've been doing. What you've been playing, watching, listening to, going to, anywhere, doing whatever. Let me know. I'm a big fan. But we must crack on because time waits for no man, especially me. So it is what it is. First up, charts. I wasn't going to do this. I'll try not to do the charts on plus episodes, but I'm a little intrigued to what people think. So let's have a mooch. Coming from James Batchelor, editor-in-chief at gamesindustry.biz. Thank you very much, James. Says, and I quote, EA Sports FC, which is, to clarify, FIFA, is the UK's second biggest retail launch of 2023. It continues to say, where are we now? What was the first? Even year-on-year decline. There's year-on-year decline in sales. So, according to the GfK data shared with gamesindustry.biz, the number of copies, EA Sports FC sold in its first week are actually 30% lower than FIFA 23. Now, I do wonder if people are just downloading it because this chart only tracks physical sales and it does track Switch, not physical, not downloaded sales. I do wonder if more people have just gone, oh fuck it, I'll just download it, or I'm sure I'm sure they don't think it's not FIFA. I'm positive there's not a person on this planet that doesn't think that that isn't just the next FIFA that they know and love since 1993. Relatively certain of that. But it is what it is. So they're just going to do the charts. Witcher 3 Complete Edition is number 10, up from 22. Modern Warfare 2 is 9. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is back in the charts at number 8. I assume there's a sale on, which is good for me because I've been meaning to pick that up. Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition, number 7. Tears of the Kingdom, still there, number 6. Craft Auto 5, still there, number 5. Mario Kart 8, still there at number 4. Hogwarts Legacy, number 3. Mortal Kombat 1 at 2. And EA Sports FC 24 at number 1. Yeah, so I do wonder if the lower sales is an indication of people not realising it is the next FIFA. I don't think that's the case, though. What do you honestly? What do you think? Because the artwork and the logos and the marketing is very similar, and you'd have to be not paying attention to at least question, or is this the new FIFA? Do you know what I mean? Because FIFA is very well known for EA Sports. It's in the game. That is... It's obviously all the EA Sports games, but I think of FIFA when I hear that. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure that's on all the commercials and shit. Right, even with year-on-year decline, EA Sports FC stands as the second biggest retail launch of 2023, bested only by Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, aka the greatest game of all time. With digital, it may be the highest. So yeah, it could be the highest, depending on how far. But we don't know how many people downloaded Zelda, so it is what it is. Most formats show decline when compared with FIFA 23's launch, although the sales of Switch are up. I think that's because it's the first new FIFA on Switch. It isn't just the first new FIFA on Switch that isn't just basically FIFA 17 with new teams swapped around. Do you know what I mean? Elsewhere, the charts are fairly unremarkable. Last week's number 1 is Mortal Kombat 1. 83% drop in sales. Hogwarts Legacy, Grand Theft Auto, and Mario Kart 8 all make out the top 5, as I said. Retail promotions saw 2 games return to the top 10. The Witcher, number 10, and Jedi Survivor. It's just 216% in rise in sales, which is fucking phenomenal. If I do say, do you know what I mean? Yeah, let's crack on, shall we? Even more so with topic of the episode. The reason you probably clicked on this video. I'm so sorry it's taken so long. Jim Ryan. You may know Jim Ryan. No, not that Jim Ryan, please. That's it. Yep, thank you. That guy, head of Sony, leader of PlayStation, I should say, is to retire in March 2024, after being with Sony for 28 years. I had no idea he was with Sony for that long. 1994 he started, which is ridiculous. I was a little whippersnapper, mate. Reading from The Verge, Emma Roth and Ash Parrish give us this. Yeah, so first up, right. So Sony announced that Ryan will retire March 2024, while Sony Group Corporation President and Chief Operating Officer Hiroki Totoki will take on the interim CEO role starting April 1st, 2024. I was quite shocked when I read this in the morning, to be honest. So, the statement is, and a quote here, after 30 years, I made the decision to retire from SIE in March 2024. I've relished the opportunity to have a job I love in a very special company, working with great people and incredible partners, Ryan says in a statement, but I found it increasingly difficult to reconcile living in Europe and working in North America. I will leave having been privileged to work on products that have touched millions of lives across the world. PlayStation will always be a part of my life, and I feel very optimistic about the future of SIE, Sony Interactive Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? During his time at Sony, most notably oversaw the launch of the PlayStation 5. Yeah. So, Ryan, let's just talk first. How did you feel about Jim Ryan? I don't particularly jive with some of the decisions made under his leadership. I'll say that, especially the clear as day, where the Sony bus was what bus stop it was pulling into, to be honest, because it was all very live servicey, third party shit. Not shit, not shit, but like the reason you buy a PlayStation is to play God of War, is to play The Last of Us, is to play all these great games. And I'm sure the games which are under the hood now and they're working on are going to be fine. I just feel that it's not. I can't wait to see how this pans out. All these because guaranteed, because I think most of Sony's first party studios are working on at least one what they call live service game. I'm pretty sure that's the case. At least one. And we'll discuss in a minute. One of the studios is having a bit of a bad time. I just feel that they're going to lose a lot of people who like Sony as a brand are going to lose interest for the way PlayStation is being ran. If Totoki does send them in that direction, maybe we'll be like, hang on a minute, lads, just breaks, come back, we'll do that. The only problem is Sony's audience, largely due to the success of the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation audience hasn't really increased over the past 20 odd years or so. It's gotten a bit smaller, if anything. If you go and buy sales of the consoles, do you know what I mean? PlayStation 2, the greatest selling console of all time, with like 150 odd million units, which is ridiculous considering. Switch is on its way there. We'll see how that pans out, but do you know what I mean? Yeah, we've got PlayStation 4 was a close second. There's about 30, 40 million units off, but do you know what I mean? And I think Jim Ryan saw the potential, like the money, the bigger profit. So and especially if we're going to a future with no machine, potentially no machine, or the option of no machine. Because to play Xbox games, you don't need a console. You can just stream it on your phone, the controller. If you have to, some of them are touchscreen, I know, but and I just feel that perhaps James and Jimothy saw the potential in your Fortnites and your Apexes and your Roblox and Minecraft. Minecraft Live Service technically is. Yeah, I think it is. Do you know what I mean? I think they wanted to slice of that pie if it meant 8 or 9 projects failed for 1 or 2 to be big money makers, mate, which is probably the reason they they acquired Bungie to assist, which we all assumed anyway was the case, just to assist in live service nonsense. Because obviously Destiny's doing fantastic. There's always a spike when there's a new Destiny shit going down. Always a spike. People say, "Oh, Destiny's quiet." No one plays Destiny like they fucking do. Just only problem is it's every couple of months. A lot of people jump back it has its base, but like people jump in. I imagine that's a good time to be a pro Destiny player. To be a veteran is when all the noobs come back to get the extra bit of content. But there's a lot of that you can't play now, which annoys me a bit. But it is what it is. Totoki will become the chairman of Sony Interactive Entertainment in October 2023, ahead of Ryan's departure. Once appointed interim CEO, Sony says Totoki will work closely with Sony Group Corporation chairman and CEO Kenichiro Yoshida, the Yosh, mate, and the management team of SIE to help define the next chapter of PlayStation's future, including the succession of the SIE CEO role. So that one's not been filled yet. But I fucking hell, mate. We'll see. We will see. And I'm very, very interested. PlayStation will be fine. It'll take a lot to damage it. Like, even with Jim Ryan's leadership, PlayStation 5's doing numbers. Even with a pandemic, PlayStation 5 was flying off the shelves. You could hardly get one. And the games have been few and far between first party, but they've been great. Like, Demon's Souls was great. God of War was great. Final Fantasy 16 exclusive as things stand right now. Great. That's what I've played. I swear I've played more. Deathloop was great, but that was a timed exclusive now on Game Pass. Miles Morales, great. Spider-Man 2 looks great. Rebirth, obviously. Timed exclusive to like May. Comes out in February. Timed exclusive to like May. So, I hate that word, by the way. To make it exclusive or don't piss me off. But yeah, we'll see. How do you feel about Jim Ryan? Are you a PlayStation diehard who thinks he's... obviously he's going to miss, and we do wish him all the best on the show, but sort of agree with a lot of his philosophies and talking about him like as a politician, but you know what I mean. Speaking of... I can't segue that, I'm fuming. Another popular figure, as it's already... I'm a big fan of this studio, developer, whatever you want to call them. Hideki Kamiya, the man that's blocked you on Twitter, is leaving Platinum Games. Dun, 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 which is crazy. This is... The Ryan thing took me by surprise, but this was like, what the fuck are you chatting shit about now? Hideki Kamiya, the legend himself. Eurogamer brings us this one. It is Ed Nightingale, Deputy News Editor. There's been an update on it. This was about 4 or 5 days ago. Let's read it, shall we? It says, I thought I'd be bullied more because of my unusual bit. Oh, there's an update. Beg your pardon. Let's go to the article. Original story. Hideki Kamiya, creator of Bayonetta and Wonderful 101, has announced he will leave developer Platinum Games. Bayonetta's great. Wonderful 101. Yeah, as it's... I do like it, but, I mean, Anyway, news broke on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. I'm not calling it X. Right, fuck that. In a message that revealed Kamiya's final day is October 12th, which is, as it's recording now, about 9 days from now. We're truly grateful for his creative ideas, leadership and contribution to the growth of Platinum Games from start up to this very day. The statement reads, yeah, it's like one of them things. Let's just read it, shall we? It says, we regret to announce that Hideki Kamiya will be leaving Platinum Games on October 12th, 2023. We are truly grateful for his creative ideas, leadership, contribution to the growth of Platinum Games from our start up to this very day. We believe that he will continue to succeed in his future endeavours as a game creator. We are looking forward to seeing the games industry grow into a better place with him in it. We wish him all the best for the future. Which is, say how it is kind of post, you know what I mean? There's no sort of, there's remorse. They do seem upset, but it's just yeah. And Hideki Kamiya goes on to say, as announced on the official Platinum Games Twitter account, I will be leaving Platinum Games on October 12th. This came with a lot of consideration based on my own beliefs, whatever that means, I don't know. This is in English, by the way. Never tweets in English. Never. Only tweets in English to call everyone names. Do you know what I mean? To be disrespectful. And was by no means an easy decision to make, as one of two. Where's the other one? The other one's not got the... right, bear with me a second. Man tweets a lot. Found it. Sorry, I'll cut that bit. However, I feel this outcome is for the best. I will continue to create in my Hideki Kamiya way. I hope you'll keep your eyes peeled. Huh. So it sounds like Big Kamiya is staying in the industry in some way, shape or form. He's co-founded Platinum Games in 2006 alongside Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami, who's since gone on to Tango Gameworks, who's now left there. Yeah. Earlier this year, Mikami announced his departure from Tango shortly after the release of Hi-Fi Rush. I didn't actually clock that one. I didn't link the two. Are they gonna... No. Can you imagine the scenes? Can you imagine the scenes? You know what I mean? Because they've had Platinum got a big influx of cash from it's either Tencent or NetEase or someone like that. I can't remember who it is, but they've had a big flush of cash. Goes on to say, it's unclear what Kamiya will work on next, whether he'll found a new studio or move to an existing developer. It's unclear what Platinum Games is currently developing following the release of Bayonet's spin-off Bayonetta Origins Theresa and the Lost Demon back in March. I've still not played that. Yes. But I always thought Kamiya, the way he spoke of Platinum Games, very, very loyal to them. I thought he'd be ride or die. I thought he'd be there till they were done, or he was done, or retired, or whatever. Doesn't sound like he's retiring, like I said. So he does update everyone from the day after, which was the 26th, which was last Wednesday. Last Tuesday, this week old. I'm sorry about this. Do you know what I'm saying? I thought I'd be bullied more because of my unusual behaviour, but I'm so touched by all the words of support I received. Thank you so much. This is coming on Twitter after. I think I'm not worried about my future at all. As long as I have your support, I'll keep making games and I'll do my best not to disappoint. When I decided to quit, many of my old and young colleagues and staff were sad to see me go, and some even shed tears for someone like me. I realised once again that I was only able to be who I am because of the support of the people around me. I will continue to be grateful with the help of others. I will continue to believe in the spirit of creation that I've always believed in throughout my career at Capcom, the before development, Clover Studio and Platinum. No matter what anyone says, I don't know if I'll be able to continue to make games that live up to that belief. I don't have a formula for success, but I'm committed to aiming for it. Yeah, nothing at all. Perhaps. I mean, what is a question is do you reckon he's going to go to Microsoft somehow and just get back on Scalebound? Because he had a big belief in that project, and it was a shame that it got canned. However, it did look rough when after years of, Nier came out and all these other games came out, which looked a lot better than Scalebound. Well, didn't look better is probably the wrong word, but they ran more efficiently on lesser hardware, some of the games, and it was a shame because it did look interesting what they were going for. Maybe that's going to happen. I don't know. But again, I'd be guessing forever. What do you think Kamiya's going to do? Yeah, let me know, because I have no idea. But moving on. Bum, bum, bum. Naughty Dog. This is what I was on about with Jim Ryan. Naughty Dog. You're a gamer again. Using these a lot. Naughty Dog quoting contract developers' early report claims. No. Likely to do with the multiplayer game, which has never seen the light of day. Never seen the light of day. Departments including art, production, and quality assurance testing are affected. That's a shame. Last Studio, Naughty Dog is the latest company to announce layoffs internally for Epic did. I mean, Epic, if you can't control Fortnite money, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? Fighting Apple in court, that's what you're doing. Pissing about. Just take the hit. It's easy for me to say that. It's not my money, do you know? Contracts for a range of departments, including art, production, and QA, are being impacted, according to a report from Kotaku. Sources claim at least 25 developers will be affected. Naughty Dog is cutting contracts for outsourced developers short and says no severance pay is being given to those laid off. Both remaining employees and laid off developers are allegedly being pressured to keep the news quiet. How come? Tell them. I know, you'd probably sign an NDA. But it's annoying, man. According to sources, impacted contractors have been expected to work until the end of October, at which point their contracts will be officially terminated. If you can, just go. If you're not getting severance pay, why bother? Do you know what I mean? Beg your pardon. It's suspected that affected developers may be those working on Last of Us multiplayer project, which was initially meant to release with Last of Us Part 2 earlier this year. No, that's Part 2. Earlier this year, the team working on the multiplayer project was hugely scaled back following negative feedback from Bungie, which is what I was saying earlier with Bungie, sort of being the supervisors of live service nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Should put that on the name tag. The early termination contracts at Naughty Dog is the latest news in a slew of layoffs and jobs in the games industry. Epic Games laid off 830 people. It's ridiculous. With Fall Guys developer Mediatonic taking heavy losses. On the same day, Sega abruptly announced it was cancelling Hyenas, with layoffs expected at Creative Assembly. I don't know why you're having them make that. Just get them to do stuff they want to do. Again, this is what I'm enforcing, live service nonsense on things, taking the hit when it doesn't work out. Significant job losses are expected at Team 17 following the departure of company CEO and proposed restructure. Eurogamer's contacted Sony for more information. Yeah, this multiplayer game is never coming out in its current state. If any, you could maybe expect it with Last of Us 3, but I think it doesn't sound good. I'd love to play it, though. I'd love to see it. I honestly... Because it's like... Why? It can't be that. You've got unbelievably talented individuals on this project. Why? It must be a mess. Like, it's like Metroid Prime 4, like what you assume to be Namco Bandai, what they were making. I'd love to play that. I'd honestly, I can't wait for Metroid Prime 4, but I'd fucking love to play that. Whatever they cancelled. I'm sure it's in a vault somewhere. Never see light of day ever again. Mate, I'd be... yeah, but fuck, this sucks for people, man, because the games industry makes fucking bare wedge, and it's still obviously not enough. So obviously, is it sustainable? I hope so, because I mean, there'll always be people on Game Maker and Unity making little games, and I'm sure they'll always be around. But like big projects, I do worry that even with the substantial wedge, I'm sure the CEOs and the executives take their more than fair share. I'll say. I'm sure they take far too much, to be honest. But it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Let me know what you think. Are you ever going to see this Last of Us 2 multiplayer Naughty Dog game? Probably not, but let me know if you think you will. Yeah, moving on. I've got to go. Moving on. Are we good? Game Pass is getting additions this month. They've been revealed. It's coming from Gematsu. I actually want to play one of these, so I'm quite happy. From Space, Cloud Console PC, Like a Dragon Edition, Cloud Console PC, Forza Motorsport, big one, mate. Cloud PC, Xbox Series X, and Cloud and Xbox Series X for Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. Gotham Knights is out today. The Lamplighters League is out today. So let me know if you're playing them. What's leaving? Let me tell you what's leaving. Evil Overwhelm, Shenzhen IO, Legend of Tianding, Trek to Yomi, and Turnip Boy Commits to Tax Evasion, all leaving October 15th. Xbox Game Pass. What about PlayStation Plus, I hear you ask? Well, under no more, because I have some stuff for you. The Callisto Protocol, Farming Simulator 22, and Weird West, all games you probably knew about, out today, Tuesday, 3rd of October, yes. That comes from GameSpot. And there's the Nier and everything that coming to the middle one, which is... I can never remember which way around they are. I'll put it on the screen in a minute. Extra. Essentials, the normal one, extra, and premium. There you go. Last but not least, Capcom's greatest ever catchphrase has been decided. Comes from VGC. I'll let you guess what it is. Pause the video for a second. Let's crack on. It is obviously objection from Phoenix Wright. Was it going to be anything else? Itchy tasty, so tasty, let's party, and the Mega Man death sound, which they hate Mega Man, so it wasn't going to be that, was it? As part of its ongoing 40th anniversary, Capcom held a poll on its Capcom Town website. You can place a vote for the favourite line from games, and obviously objection won. This is from Chris Scullion at VGC, and they've obviously got some nice artwork there celebrating it. The museum section features over 500 pieces of artwork. This is the Capcom Town. Is it out now? It is out. Let's go on it for 5 minutes. Oh, I'm not gonna. It's about 5 years to load in it, but there's loads of. We don't want to sound them. They'll deafen you. Yeah, that's sick. Not been on this yet, obviously, because I didn't realise it was a thing. I knew it was a thing, I didn't know it was live. Look at that, mate. I'll put this in the description, but I'm going to let you... oh my god, this is sick. I'm going to let you have a play around here. This is pretty cool. Yeah, is that your favourite Capcom sound? If it is. If it isn't, let me know. If it is, let me know. But that is going to about do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching, don't forget, like, subscribe, share with your friends, comment, whatever. If you disagree, agree with me. If you want to add stuff to what I've talked about, if you want to, further the conversation, I'm always down for that. Don't forget, I'll be live. We're live on Twitch. We're not live on Twitch, but next week. Yeah, the quiz is back on about 3 or 4 weeks. So if anyone wants to come and give over a run for his money, let me know. And of course, we'll see you next time. Like, subscribe. Already said that. And of course, I'll see you next time. Keep it casual, up the toffees, and peace.